Hey everyone, my name is Skylar Hauser. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I was asked by Dr. McDonough to talk to you guys a little bit about trans issues and what it's like to be trans because I am a trans person. Um, so a little bit about me. I graduated from the Mount this past May with my bachelor's in biology. I am currently in Athens, Ohio at Ohio University and getting my master's in geological science. Um, Unfortunately, I had a class that met at the same time, so that is why I am not there in person to talk to you guys or via video. So hopefully this will do. So yeah, a little bit about what it was like to transition. I went to a single-sex high school, an all-female high school on the west side of Cincinnati. So realizing that you're a trans male is a very interesting time. Although, admittedly, I was not the only one in my graduating class. There were three of us actually, but it's still very interesting trying to navigate that. You feel like there's certain expectations that are put on you, especially coming from a somewhat traditional Catholic family. You have this expectation that you have to be a certain way. And for me, especially, I also have an identical twin. So there was an expectation that me and my sister had to be the same and both have the same gender. And when I realized that that was not the case for me, it made things kind of complicated. And I started to come out as some form of transgender around the age of 16. And by the time I was around 19, so entering the Mount, I was living almost full time as male outside of the house. And my parents did not know at this point because I did not think they would take it well. They didn't take when I came out as not straight to them very well. So the idea of coming out to them as transgender was very daunting. But eventually I got to a point in my life where I was like, fuck it. I kind of have to do it. And so I wrote an 8-page document. I came out on social media, came out to my extended family, and never really looked back. And it certainly caused a lot of problems. It caused there to be a great rift in my family dynamic. It caused a lot of emotional and verbal abuse from my family. You know, anything from my friend choices to my genetics to social media being blamed really for how I was as a person, for being transgender. And first off, if you don't already know it, that none of those things are true. It's there's no really answer for why people are transgender. As a biologist, though, I think it's very interesting just to see that it's another way in which life is so diverse. Um, but yeah, it was hard, and figuring out how to navigate that has still been a challenge. It has definitely impacted my relationship, particularly with my mom, quite a lot. We don't really get along very well anymore because of it. And despite that, though, I knew that there were things that I needed and had to obtain in order to be comfortable with myself and my identity. And primarily, what I mean by that is getting top surgery and starting hormones. So, when I even graduated the Mount, my voice was not this deep. It has gotten a lot deeper over the past few months, and that's all part of hormones. But I did both of those two things, surgery and hormones, without the consent of my parents, without the financial or emotional support of my parents. And while it's hard, I think it definitely taught me an important lesson in like self autonomy. No one can control you or your body or your choices except for you. And that's something I would say is true of anyone, regardless of their gender, that your life and the choices you make in your life are something that only you can control. And nothing that anyone says to you or about you changes that fact. People might say nasty things about you, people might slander you, people might stop being friends with you. But at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to do something for yourself. And I think that's honestly been one of the biggest things that I've learned throughout this whole process of coming out and medically transitioning is just that simple fact right there. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, my words of wisdom. I hope you all enjoy your panel. I hope you're all learning some fun things, and yeah, have fun.